Hello everyone and welcome back. Before I even start this video, I want to give a huge shout out to each and every one of you that have subscribed. I remember before I even had 10 subscribers, which was a couple months back. No matter the reason that you subscribed, I am super grateful for your support. But now that that is over with, I'm going to go straight into this video, which talks about the new updates that are coming to Siege shortly. And that is including, the patch that is coming up and also the Lion rework and everything around that. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to talk about is actually going to be the patch notes. So CAVEIRA is actually getting, I'm going to call it a nerf. This is definitely not a buff or anything like that. She is getting a nerf to her illusion. I don't know how to say it correctly, but it's going from the damage 99 to 65. It's also getting a mag reduction, giving her 12 bullets instead of 15. However, the damage done over longer distances is actually increased, bringing it in par with other pistols. So for you cav mains, I'm sorry, but that's going to change shortly. From what I can see, it does change her operator quite a bit. Some people are actually thinking about moving away from her, which is fine. She is a bit overpowered. She does have multiple abilities, whether they're passive or not. So with all these abilities combined, I'm not surprised that Cavi's getting a nerf. She's super fun to play, but that's probably the reason why, because she's a bit OP. In terms of Kaid, his ADS speed has been increased by 33%, so that's pretty much the ADS speed for every other SMG in the game. Due to the fact that he has been nerfed quite a bit, he used to have 3 Electro Claws before he came out, and they nerfed him down to 2. Especially on console, he has just not seen a lot of gameplay. A lot of people are trying to push away from him, especially because that shotgun is extremely hard to control on console. And not only that, but also the submachine gun is one of the worst ones out there. Okay, so moving on, Rook and Doc are actually getting the maximum damage reduced for their MP5s. So it's going from 30 damage to 27, and it's actually only Rook and Doc. The suppressed MP5 that Echo has is actually not going to receive this nerf, and I can honestly see why they're doing this. Rook and Doc, I've seen insane amount of people start playing them. They're really good operators, very well rounded. The fact that they really have a very powerful weapon is honestly making them a lot more viable, and the fact that they also can put ACOGs on them is making them more popular. So I can see the reason for it. Moving on is going to be Clash. So Clash, they are changing her up a bit. They're making her SMG full auto. Not only that, they are changing the recoil patterns to coincide with a more full auto SMG, and not only that as well, but they're giving her gun more magazine capacity and giving her more damage as well. So if you look at the win delta for Clash is actually very underpicked and has by far the worst win delta in the game. The last part that was mentioned in the patch notes is Lion's rework has been tested and completed. However, they will not give any more information on that subject. We do know that the reveal will probably take place during the invitationals though. The biggest thing to keep in mind is the fact that Lion is getting a complete rework. So what that means is his ability might not be the same. I highly doubt that they're changing his guns, but I wouldn't be surprised if they change them up a bit to go more with his ability and also to coincide more with the balance of the game. I really have no idea what the possibility could be. There has been speculation, but there isn't anything solid really to go off of, so I don't really want to get into the subject very much. I will say that the whole wall hack is probably out the door, as everyone in Pro League has been banning him, and not only that, but in the playlist that was available to us as well, Lion has been one of the most banned operators. Okay, up on the screen I have the win rate delta for the defenders, and this essentially just backs up the data that I was letting you know. So Doc, as you can tell, is on the top right and Rook is towards the top. This is just showing the fact that they have been picked quite a bit, and not only that, but they have been winning a lot. CAVEIRA, I was a bit surprised about this information, the fact that she's not picked a whole lot up on the upper ranks, which I know about. However, the fact that she has actually shown herself to be strong in those levels is very surprising to me, due to the fact that everyone says that CAVEIRA is actually not effective against teams that are way more coordinated than in the lower ranks such as silver and gold. The other operator that you're going to see up there is Legion. So Legion is overpicked quite a bit, and his utility is undeniably strong. He did receive a nerf to his SMG, and that actually did help a bit. However, I don't really think that his weaponry is the issue. I really think that it's more of his goo mines. I absolutely love the operator, and I would hate to see a nerf to him, but honestly, I can see why. He's definitely undeniably strong. There's just no way around that. His utility, the fact that it does damage, the fact that it gives you information, and it can kill, well, I'm gonna say kill, but it can hurt someone even after death. Just everything about that operator is insanely useful to the team, no matter if you're solo queuing or working with a whole group altogether. This being said, I wouldn't be surprised if Legion received a nerf in the foreseeable future, but this time on his goo mines instead of his weaponry. Okay, so up here on the screen, I now have the win rate delta for the attackers. So looking at this right now, I can totally see that Ashe is overpicked and her win rate is pretty good. Same thing with Twitch. I will say Twitch, as a matter of fact, I don't really think should receive a nerf. I haven't really seen anything on her to the point where I can say that she is overpowered or too strong. Her Twitch drones do have plenty of counters in my opinion, and they don't really, most of the time, they won't actually do what they're intended to do. In terms of Ashe, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a nerf to her. Not necessarily because she needs one, but rather because of the community constantly complaining about her. I do think her guns are not necessarily too strong to the point where I can say that we should nerf that. The other one we were looking at up here is Blackbeard. So Blackbeard's a bit underpicked, but is too strong, and that's understandable. Blackbeard essentially blocks a couple of headshots, so it does give you a huge advantage, especially in this game. And the one I was actually a bit surprised with was Finka. So Finka has actually the highest win rate than any other operator on attack, so that says quite a bit about her. So she was giving grenades after she came out because they felt like she was too weak. Now she seems a bit strong. I haven't ever had any issues going up against her. I don't think she's frustrating to play against. So I don't really see a whole lot being done about her, and truthfully, I don't think it's necessary either. Okay, so the last ones we are looking at are going to be on the bottom left, so these are the ones that are underpicked and are 2 weeks supposedly. We have people like Jackal down there, which Jackal actually started using recently due to his buffs. Everything about Jackal, honestly, it does not feel underpowered at all. I did play Ying quite a bit, and same thing. I do think she does need a more strategic team and a team with a better composition, but other than that, I don't think she is underpowered. Same thing with Capital, as you see him played in Pro League quite a bit. In terms of Lion and Blitz, same thing. Their abilities, his shield, and the EE1D is just way too strong for me to be considering a buff for these. So this kind of shows you how they do in ranked. However, they do not always show you how good the operator is in itself. So I wouldn't expect any sort of buff for any of these operators in the near future. The last thing I wanted to talk about is actually something that is going on with CAVEIRA, which is a glitch. I don't really like talking about glitches and publicizing them. However, this is something that needs to be changed immediately, to the point where I want everyone to actually contact Ubisoft and make them aware of the issue that is going on right now. I actually don't have a video. Get _ Flanked is his YouTube channel. He's also a Twitch streamer. That's the reason I found out about it. So I would recommend checking him out. His latest video is actually what I'm talking about right now. But there is a glitch involving her. Whenever she goes into silent step, you can hardly see her over surfaces while she can see you. So that really needs to be changed immediately. Other than that, I think that pretty much wraps up everything I wanted to say today. Let me know in the comments any questions, any suggestions you guys have. But other than that, I'm going to leave it here. I'm super grateful once again for being almost at 30 subscribers. It just means the absolute world to me, the amount of support that this community has given me. But other than that, thank you very much, and y'all have a great day.